How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another camp build here in Fallout 76. I am Fuzzbrain. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. So today we are in Burning Springs, as you can probably guess. We're just a little northwest of the World of Corn, northeast or southeast of Hocking Hill Station. There's a nice little kind of housing area over here. You can tell the World of Corn is way over there if you can see it. And there's a little farm just over to that side as well. This little area that I'm building in is it's a little flat, so that's kind of why I decided to build here. And there's a little, there's a couple trees and rocks and stuff that I thought were nice accents for this build. But generally I was going for kind of like a modern adobe, like desert bungalow type style of build. And I think it came out really well. But let you be the judge, I suppose. But yeah, let me walk you around the outside and show you everything I did. I will, at the very end of the video too, I will show you how I did these railings up here and the underpinnings as well, and the roof, how I got the roof to kind of be offset like that as well. So stick around for that if you're interested, and let me know what you think. All right, so let's get on with it here. So yeah, this is the primary entrance, and you do kind of fast travel right over to this spot here, which is nice. I didn't really plan that, but it's kind of a nice little entryway. I added some plants and brambles and things like that to kind of jazz it up a little bit. So yeah, you can tell the roof is doubled up. So the bottom roof, I think, is the ranch house roof, because it's got that nice little clean underside to it, which is really nice. And then the top roof is the Coalwood set, and I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, just kind of like not too crazy of an outside. This wall here is from the fire hazard set, and this is the it's flipped around, so like the inside of it actually looks like a nice kind of adobe style, and the underpinnings here are also the same set, but it's the front of the wall, so it's got that nice stone texture to it, and I think it just looks really good, and especially here in this environment, it all kind of fits really well with the the desert aesthetic, desert vibes. Very simple back patio here. I did add a couple plants over here. There's this huge bramble piece here that kind of went into the house a little bit, so I had to override it with one of these plants. So I did kind of want to keep it. It just went in a little bit, but I mean, you can build around it if you wanted. Yeah, I just love the layout, love the whole vibes of this place. It's really nice. Cool. So that's the outside, nothing really too special. You can see here I added the windows here. I wanted to add in a windows everywhere, but budgetary reasons I just decided not to, so I just kept them on the kitchen there. So it's all good. But yeah, coming up here is really nice. There are a couple rocks here. I think there's one here as well, but the stairs and everything over here kind of override it. But this one is here, and I wanted to do something with that, but ended up just kind of keeping it because I think it just works really well. It fits in with the landscape here. And it makes a nice little entryway into the house. Oh, I forgot to shut the door here. Let me do that real quick. So over here we have this the new Joshua tree. I think we got this from the email sign-up recently. I think this month you sign up for email on Bethesda.com and you get a Joshua tree and like something else. I forget exactly, like maybe an outfit or something. But yeah, it works really well in this build. And all I did here was I just, in the middle of these 4 foundations, just put down one of those square dirt tiles and sunk it in ever so slightly, and it works really well for like a little planter here. And so yeah, these railings are actually, these are just regular wooden walls that I've burned. The normal walls, not the half walls. And like I said, stick around till the very end of the video and I'll show you how I did that. It's pretty easy. So if that's something you want to do, definitely give it a shot. I think it came out really well. Very simply decorated out here, nothing too crazy. Got these nice pavilion roofs here as well. And these railings also, or the supports here are also just the wooden walls that I've burned. So you can repair them, but destroyed like that, they make nice, columns. So it's really nice. So yeah, This couch isn't really like a modern couch per se, but I do love it here because it's got that kind of like Southwest motif. It's from the Tiki bundle, I think, that I got recently in the item shop. And I think it just works really well out on the patio here. It's kind of like a nice boho chic sort of modern aesthetic. Really dig it. Cool. And I liked building here too because like some of this dirt comes up on top. It kind of looks like windswept sand and dust that kind of came up from the surrounding area. Kind of looks nice. Cool. All right, so let's head inside. So the main entryway here, I was originally going to do like a breezeway. So having like 2 sliding glass doors. But after a while, I just kind of decided that wasn't really like practical. So I just ended up doing 1 sliding glass door over on this side. And a regular door on this side with the patio. So yeah, on this side here, each kind of little room is not themed, but I mean, there's kind of a color theme to it. When you're doing modern builds like this, we don't have a ton of stuff that can be used for modern builds, so you have to be kind of sparing with what you do use. So I'll get into that in a minute. But this side is kind of like a romancy bedroom, like a red romancy bedroom sort of vibe. So that's what the Sunset Sarsaparilla is kind of coming into here as well. Got the piano. Those tiki things, they're supposed to be like, you know, floor decoration, but I just kind of merge them into the wall a little bit. And they make really nice kind of wall decor. Kind of looks like they're just hanging there. This little chaise lounge, little piano. And yeah, I really love this bedroom. It's fantastic. So I've always wanted to do like a floating bed, you know, and it's been very hard to find something that actually works well. And this is from the Winding Path roof set. And I love it because the top of it kind of looks like a mattress, sort of, you know, with a little platform on the bottom. And on top here, I just kind of merged down one of these red rugs to kind of give it like a blanket look. And then these are a bunch of sleeping bags that I merged together to kind of make it look like a blanket. I mean, it kind of works. It's not perfect, but you know, we don't really have that much to work with. But yeah, so then I just found these comfy pillows and merged them into one of those chessboard displays and set them down in there, and they work really well. So who put those there? But yeah, I love how this all came together. Got our little owl friend. And I haven't used this vanity, like, ever, really. And I've always wanted to use it. And I thought this would kind of be a good spot for it. At the expense of, like, a big dresser or something like that. But it's pretty simple. And it works really well in this build, I think. Yeah. We do have kind of a wardrobe right here. But yeah. Cool, so that's the bedroom. These kind of cactus props here are just set on top of one of these floor safes, and that's kind of just merged into this wall. And I can do that because the wall is doubled up. If it wasn't, it would kind of stick out a little bit too much out of the outside here. But if it's doubled up, you can kind of sink it down quite a bit, and it makes it look just like a nice little shelf there. So I've never really used those either. I really wanted to use stuff that I've never used before in this build and kind of really stretch my creativity here. So I think I did a pretty good job. I'll pat myself on the back for that. All right, this is just a little kind of inset bookshelf sort of thing. I'm using these surfboard shelves, which I've never used before, and I think they work really well. You know, got my vendor there as well. Got a nice little trumpet, and just very lightly decorated. This whole place is very lightly decorated, just because, you know, budgetary restrictions kind of creep in, you know. So yeah, and then like I said, this is the sliding glass door. It's kind of hard to tell, but you know, if you squint your eyes, you can kind of tell. On the outside here, I forgot to add one on the inside, but I have the little handle here you can use. Push it in. And like I said, this is just the back patio. Cool. All right, then the living room here is, I'm using it to kind of merge these two areas together. So we have a little bit of blue, we have a little bit of yellows and some reds to kind of flow into that room and then to flow into this other room down here. And it all works, I think, really well. Again, very lightly decorated. This is actually a junk lamp. It's a blue junk lamp that I found. And that's just on a chessboard display as well. And just something different. And I have one of those little, oh, you can actually kind of see it. I didn't notice that before, but one of those really tiny lights from that miniature set. Just kind of makes it glow just a little bit. Yeah. Got our fireplace here. Love that clock too. And the theremin, if you come and play the theremin. I like this because it fits in well with like a modern style. And it's just a nice little accent. It kind of gives you, I don't know, gives you nice modern vibes, you know? We have this Brahmin feeding trough here that I inset into the stone. Put our cactuses in there, cacti. And these lights, you'll see them around. They're turned off, but I'm using one of those honeycomb lamps inside of it to give it a better glow, because the light that it actually gives off is very aggressive. It's not good. Not good, Bob. Okay. Oh, and you'll notice on the roof here, I'll have to show you the roof in a second, but these are the rustic greenhouse set, and I'll show you why in a second, but I did want a lot of light in here, and I thought the skylights would be a great way to do that. So yeah, this is the kitchen, and this little dining table here. I wanted something really big and statement-y, I guess might be the right word. So I'm using another one of those Joshua trees, and I just kind of decorated it up. Same idea, using one of those square dirt tiles right on top there, and have a couple plate settings as well. Kind of give you the idea that it's a table. And yeah, this is, I forget what roof this is. I think it's the haunted house roof maybe. But it's got that nice copper look to it. Rusted copper. And I think it works really well in like a modern style build. Got our benches there. And these legs are actually just destroyed metal half walls. So to kind of give it that kind of nice look there. I think this came out really well. I really dig it. Got our Quintino's neon sign there. I love adding neon into modern builds. I think everyone has kind of a different idea of what neon means and like what art means in modern builds, but you know, this Dino Diner sign, at least to me, makes sense. You know, I could see it in like a nice loft studio or something that someone tried to, you know, fix up and make nice. So the idea for this was originally all supposed to be like neon letters, but only the O remains, and that's all that's left. And so when they scrounged it, they found it, and the O is still there, but all the other ones are gone, unfortunately. But I did inset this a little bit so that the O for the donut is right behind those fingers, so it looks like it's grabbing it, you know, which I think makes it look really nice, you know, authentic. Cool. Yeah, this kitchen came together really well. I really wanted to use, you know me, like I like pops of color. So the bedroom is red, the living room is kind of blue-green, and the kitchen is pinkish. And, you know, I've never used these pink appliances before, so I thought this would kind of be a good opportunity. The first thing I think I ever placed in this kitchen was that go away sign. And from there, I just was like, what if I used pink and kind of made it like a pink motif? And overall, I really dig it. I think it kind of works, you know? Like I added the flamingo here. You guys know I love the flamingos, so. And just added like pops of pink here and there throughout, so. And these are you saw them in the bedroom too. These are the casino slot machine stands. And adding them into this is like the white spring counter, like shelf thing that's doubled up, and this is like the back of it. And I just love using them for like cabinets and things like that. I think it works really great, and it goes well with the shades as well. It's got that nice kind of goldish accent. Yep, nice little kitchen island here for prep work, various other things. I really love how this all kind of came together. And again, using color to merge the different areas together. Not merge, but let them flow together. So a lot of the yellows in the neon sign, the yellow in the Dino Diner, the yellowish pink in the food dehydrator here goes really well into this kind of bathroom area here. So again, using this lamp with another honeycomb lamp. It sucks that I have to use 2 light sources per one light to kind of get the light I want, because the lights are just so atrocious. But yeah, it is what it is. Very simply decorated again. Just a nice little accent table here. Yeah, and the bathroom is, again, just pretty simple. Got this nice big mirror here. And the sink with a couple little knickknacks. Little tinctures. Very clean toilet. Got our tub over there. Shower curtain, which I think the curtains themselves kind of work really well here. Again, going with the yellow theme. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Got that subway tile sort of wall going on. And I love using these stone walls as accent walls as well. Kind of like an unfinished look, sort of, you know what I mean? So yeah. That's the build, basically. But overall, yeah, like I said, I really dig how this came out. And I hope you like it too. And get some ideas for your next build, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I hope you take away from it, like using color appropriately and with intent, I will say. Using lighting and kind of themes appropriately as well is another good one. And using the environment to your advantage. So using the desert to kind of inform your housing choices and the theme for your house. Because I think when you look at it overall, this house just kind of flows really well with the overall vibe of the desert here. You know, this might not be like the best location for it, but I think it just looks really good. So, oh yeah, let me quickly show you the roof. So this is the Coalwood set, like I said. And I could have went with the other kind of copper set. The haunted house set, I think. But I don't know, I really like how this looks. And it kind of looks like something like if you were, a scavenger and you wanted to build a new house, you would go get all of this, scrap metal, and you'd hammer it down, and it might be rusty, but you can use it in a nice way, like for your roof, and I think it just looks really nice, personally. And there's a lot of, like, if you look at, modern desert style housing, like on Google or Pinterest or whatever, a lot of it uses, like, really interesting, like, rusted textures, especially on the cladding or like the siding. I call it cladding. I've been watching too much like British home makeover shows. But yeah, like the siding and stuff is like really rusted and textured, and it looks so good. I love it. And yeah, like I said, this is the rusted greenhouse set, which I think turned out really nice too. So yeah, overall, I just love this whole build. It's going to be in my rotation for quite a while, I think. And it's not really useful necessarily. It's got, my vendor, but it's really nothing else. So, but I do love it, and happy to call it home. So yeah, let me go into the tutorial real quick. I'll show you how to, like I said, do the underpinnings, do the offset roof, and the railings there, and I'll meet you on the other side. All right, so really quickly, I'm going to show you how to do this railing and the underpinnings for this camp. And what you need to do, actually, we need to get under the map. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So this will be just kind of a quick demonstration. So you need the symptomatic, couple rugs, and the pressure plate. So let's put that down real quick. Okay. In order to merge, because we're going to merge them all together, place the pressure plate down and then just move it once. And then you see the plate drop. That means it's kind of ready to use, basically. So what I'll do is I'll place the symptomatic on top of this big rug here, because we want a nice area where we can stand on. Then we'll come down here. We'll merge that down real quick. There we go. Just once is fine. Okay. Then we want to merge this whole thing onto this rug down here. Okay. Then just set it on and merge it all the way down.
Several days later.
All right, there we go. Okay, so we'll just place this over here for now. We don't really need it right now. I'll show you why we do need it in a minute though. Okay, so we can get rid of this pressure plate. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to place the railing first. So what we need to do is match up to that height that I want. So all you need to do is use the foundation. Okay. And then what I usually do is I select it. Instead of snap, what I want to do is I want to make it a free placement. So I'll swap to free placement and then I'll replace it just so it registers as free place. Then I'll select it again and then hit select again. So on PC it's E. I don't know really what it is on console, but hit it again and then hold it. And you can use your mouse wheel to go up and down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it right there. So that's the height I want. I think that should match up right for this one here. That's the original height I used. And then all we need to do is place another foundation. I'll just make it snap. Whoop, not there. I'll snap up there. There we go. So I'll get rid of this one. Make these snap up. Okay. And then we'll get rid of this. So the reason I'm doing it this way is you see that these underpinnings and the railing is flush with the foundation. Typically, when you do underpinnings, you start there and when you place a wall down underneath, it's facing inward, so you're seeing actually the inside of the wall, not the outside. So I want the outside to show because I want that rock look, you know. So in order to do that, let's get rid of that. Yeah, just need to swap the catwalk around. So we'll remove this and then get another catwalk in, just like so. Come on. Yep, just like that. So now what we need to do is actually, we have to get under the map so that we can actually place the wall. So we'll use our little trick here. Just face it towards there so we can get in. Okay, I'll hop under the map. Okay. Then we will place our wood wall. I'll just place this one and then we'll swap it. Just like that. Okay. Let's jump back out. Okay. Then we will replace with the just standard wooden wall. You can use any wall you want here. I'm just using the standard wood wall because it's, I like the look better. I mean, you can use any type of wall you want, but it's up to you. Like the metal would make sense kind of, but this is the desert after all, and you know, I'm not touching a hot metal railing if I'm living in the desert. Okay. Grab a flamethrower, flip it on, burn the heck out of that sucker, and there you go, you have your railing. It's easy peasy. Then all we need to do to put the underpinning down is move that back down, get our catwalk back. Okay. And then we will find the wall we want. Actually, let's just do this again. We'll just place that. And then we'll replace it. So this one is... Yep, we're using the fire hazard walls. Just like that. And I hate this build menu. There we go. Edit. Cool. There you go. And then all you need to do is replace the foundation. And check that it's aligned correctly. Is that right? Yep, that's right. Cool. And there you go. That's how I did it. And so all you need to do is basically rinse and repeat all the way around the entire house. So good luck. A lot of this stuff is really just, it's not difficult, but it's just time intensive. It takes patience and some time. So, all right. So next I'm going to show you how to do this kind of like overhang roof that you see in a lot of modern builds. It's pretty easy, but you do need catwalks. So let's get all the way here. Let's come up. Okay. So I'm just going to show you in this corner. What we need to do, actually, we need to just move this out of the way real quick because we need easy access to this foundation. So let's get a catwalk. Okay. And if you notice, the roof is coming out about a quarter of a foundation. So we need to do that. So we use one of these quarter catwalks. Then we'll get a foundation. There we go. Then what we do is get another catwalk because we want to go out and over a quarter of a step each time because we want it not just on jutting out this side but also this side. So we need to kind of come out a little bit. So we'll do a quarter catwalk there, and then do another foundation. Okay. Okay. And then you can delete this catwalk, move this one over. I'll also just delete this one. And then all you need to do is put down your wall like that, and it'll let you snap to the inside. So what you do is, I'm not gonna do it here, but just grab a roof. I'm just gonna use this one real quick, army base roof, like that. And then all you need to do is snap it on the other side, and you're good to go. So then I would just do, some of these are overlapping because you need to have overhang all across the whole, the whole house. And so a lot of these roofs are going to overlap, but that's kind of the nature of doing it this way. But it does look really nice. And yeah, so you just basically repeat that all around. So I would do the same thing on this side. Same thing over there, because this is like a step in. So yeah, just using the same principle all the way around, and you can make it work. So that's how I did it. It's pretty easy. So yeah, that's a tour. I want to thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. As always, if you have any questions about how I did anything, definitely let me know down in the comments. I really hope you did enjoy the tour and the tutorial and the intro as well. Always fun to kind of put those together. But yeah, until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.